doing a video on my favourite, well, from my least favourite to my favourite Pokemon movie, and I know I haven't done very many episodes that are done in, well, I guess in they're old ones, but this one's one of is the second newest one, so in reality, so yeah, but this is going to probably be very controversial, because I do know that people are not going to be happy where I've put a specific film in. This is my list. You can't argue with my own opinion, and I know people are going to argue with my own opinion, so of course I am going to expect a lot of the thumbs down, but whatever. If your favourite Pokemon movie is my least favourite Pokemon movie, just don't worry about it. It's nothing your fault, it's just my opinion. Anyway, let's get started. And my least favourite Pokemon movie is Pokemon the movie Kyurem and versus the Swords of Justice. Mainly because I think it wasn't my favourite Pokemon movie because the plot doesn't make much sense, because you're meant to be helping out this Pokemon who's just basically bullied, well, not bullied, but he told a lie about not being a Sword of Justice, even though to Kyurem, who already knows he isn't a Sword of Justice. So he runs away because he's scared, and then Ash and his friends go and help him and stuff, and try to find the Swords of Justice who have been frozen in ice. And Kyurem is angry for lying to him, so he goes after him to try and kill him. Simple answer. So for whatever reason, he goes and wants to rematch Kyurem, even though Kyurem is trying to battle him in the first place. So it just doesn't make sense. The plot just seems he's trying to go to the old mine shaft to battle Kyurem, but Kyurem's come to him anyway, so it's just quite hard to describe, but you see the point. I don't really think I have much to say. It's not my favourite. The next one is Pokemon the movie Volcano and the Mechanical Marvel. Basically, it's not a bad film. It has Ash trying to basically help Meganium keep her safe from these villains who are trying to use the Soul Heart, that is basically Meganium, and it's not bad. And Volcanion is basically Meganion's. I think that's not the right Pokemon name. I'm not sure. It might be the hat. I'm not. Like Guardian. This is Volcanion, and yeah, it's not bad. It's just, but the ending just seems to be really like forced. It had Zygarde 100% form in it, and it just seemed like they just wanted to get him as a cameo and is like forced in it. They could have just left it out. So it was a good film, just not the best ending. That's all I have to say. This one, Deoxys, very cool Pokemon. Oh, I forgot to mention the film's name. Pokemon the Destiny of Deoxys. Good film. But it's just not. It's just not my. It's just a bit forgetful. It's just not. Doesn't like stick out in my head. It's nothing special about it, really. It's just a bit forgetful and a bit generic. This film, I thought I'd put it higher, but oh well. I think that one was actually meant to be in the more like a list. But yeah, Jirachi and the Wishmaker, I like it. I don't know why it's here. It probably should have been in the... I put it in the wrong list part. I'm moving on and putting it somewhere later. Basically, now, Pokemon The Rise of Darkrai. I know this is quite a light film. Yeah, I think it's not the best. I feel it's alright. It's just a bit weird, and I don't know what's just happened. But yeah, it's good film. Could be better, though. I think that's all I have to say for it. Yes, now it's the Diancie and the Cocoon of Destruction. Again, this is a good film, it's just a bit generic. That's all I can say. It's just... nothing stands out for it. I find these three... This one, and this one, these three are very generic. That's all I can say. They just don't stand out very well. And it just seems like... this one's just like the normal plot. Diancie is trying to save someone, and these villains are trying to capture it. Simple, very basic plot. Let's go on to my... yeah, this is my medium list, I think I put. The first is the... obviously, these are in order, but apart from one of them, but Jirachi, I accidentally put the wrong place. This one is Pokemon the Movie Power of Us. It's the newest film, and I like it. I like the new redesigns, and I love the art style. I like Zeraora, the main Pokemon in this. Again, it's a bit slightly generic, just doesn't stand out too well. And also the characters, some of them are good. I like the woman, I don't know her name, but she is... there's this old woman who... not her either. They don't show it, but there's this old woman who is just quite funny, and she doesn't seem to like Pokemon too much. But she has a bit of a backstory, but there are a lot of other characters that... yeah, I think it could have been a better film if they just didn't have as many characters, but it's not a bad film in any way. Giratina and the Sky Warrior. I'm thinking of the Giratina is not that Pokemon. There's Giratina. He's basic. It's a good film. It's not bad, and I quite enjoy it. I think it's not bad at all. I think it could have been slightly better, but it's definitely no way bad. And I know it's one of my favourite, one of my friend's favourite films. And yeah, just trying to think of the Pokemon's name. It probably says down here. No, but yeah, it's Shaman. That's the Pokemon. That's this little guy here. Cute Pokemon. I wish it could have been, well, slightly better. But I think it's a good film. I quite like it. I don't know. It's just not my favourite, that's all. I can't really say. This Pokemon Arceus and the Draw of Life, I like this film quite a lot, and I think it works. However, if you haven't seen Giratina and the Darkrai film, it's just not, there's no point of watching it. It just doesn't make much sense. To be fair, it's quite confusing because it has time travel in. Everyone loves time travel. And yeah, that's Arceus, that's the Olga. Right next to it, that's Palkia. And there's Giratina again. Good film, I like it, but I know some people don't. I personally think I quite like it myself. Pokemon the movie, Genesect and the Legend Awakened. Again, I really like this film. Mewtwo is awesome, has Mega Evolution. Mewtwo's always awesome. I can't think of the time when he isn't. That's Genesect. Yeah, this is a good film. It takes place in New York, I think it was. Oh, I think it might be just called Big City according to the thing. But yeah, it's not bad. It's definitely a good film. I'm hoping there isn't going to be this weird time limit that's just going to cut off. But yeah, good film. Yeah. Also Mewtwo Mega Evolved, so that's the first time I saw Mega Evolution. The Lucario and the Mystery of Mew. Sorry about that. It just blocked my head. It's the evening. Don't blame me. I know a lot of people love this film, and I only watched it once or twice. I have seen all these Pokemon movies, however, this is the one I've seen the least, partly I haven't got on DVD. I have a lot of them on DVD, not all of them though, and this is one that I don't. Bit of a shame. I wish I could have seen it more, but I remember liking it when I have seen it, and it's got quite a deep story, and I'm surprised that people. I don't blame people of putting this as one of their top 3 Pokemon movies, because it actually is. I remember seeing it was pretty good, but I haven't seen it for ages, so yeah. Okay, this one, Pokemon Rangers and the Temple of the Sea. I'll be honest, this has got a bit of bias over it, because it's one of the first films I saw of Pokemon, so yeah, and the villain just looks quite cool. He's a pirate. And Manaphy is just one of the cutest Pokemon out there. The ending doesn't make much sense. It's a bit weird, but I think it's quite a nice film, and it's quite enjoyable. Yeah, this is, I would say, probably, yeah, a good film. Yeah, I like it. Okay. Pokemon Free, the movie. The most creative name title out there. This one's a very quite dark film. I have seen it a few times, but basically this girl here, she anyway loses her father, and he goes into the unknown world, and basically she wants her father back. What more do I need to say? And you can see how this could get dark, and she uses her own emotions and dreams using the power of the unknown to make it come true. And Entei is this Pokemon who, even though it's not the reality, he's she imagines Entei as her father, basically. So and there you go, and that's her in her dream grown up. But it's quite an intriguing one. She also thinks that Ash's mother is her mother. So yeah, it's definitely a good film. I recommend watching it. It's not the best, I feel, but it's definitely a good film. Okay, this one is again one of the earliest Pokemon films I have seen, but I also do like it a lot. And technically, there's 2 versions. I'm showing you pictures of the white version. There is also the black version, because this is Pokemon the movie White, Victini, and Zekrom. But there's also the Victini and Rara8000, and that's the black version. Zekrom is that Pokemon, Rara8000 is that one. I love Victini. It's one of the most cutest Pokemon. It's the violet one with the V on its head. I think, yeah, I feel this is quite an intriguing story. It doesn't make much sense, but I like it, and it's quite entertaining. And the villain, you can see he's trying to be. He's like an anti-hero. He's not one of those villains who thinks he's doing anything wrong, but in reality, his dreams can't come of reality and stuff. Okay, I think this would have been the time when I would have put the Jirachi film in. But yeah, Jirachi film, I just find Jirachi one of the cutest Pokemon. Adorable, and I love, it doesn't show it, I don't think, but there's a weird Groudon Pokemon. It's not Groudon, but it's just something cool, and I don't know what I don't think it has a name or anything, but it just looks so cool. Groudon is the red Pokemon you probably see in the background there. But yeah, that's pretty good, I feel. And now here's some of my favourites. Pokemon Heroes. It's definitely a film you should watch. I quite enjoy this film. It's entertaining. It has got some romantic scenes, but it's got some comedy scenes, and the villains are they're funny. They don't make that sense. And this is Team Rocket, just hanging out on the roof. But yeah, it's quite sad as well. It's a weird film, but it's good. I like it, and also it's one of the rarest times that the Pokemon do actually show die and stuff. So it's a bit dark in some ways as well. So yeah, it's quite good though. I know dark doesn't mean necessarily death. Anyway. Did I? Yeah, but I did say that was Pokemon Heroes. Pokemon Forever, the 4th Pokemon film. Heroes is the 5th, actually, just if you like it or not. This is the main villain, who is actually a member of Team Rocket. You might see from the R. Not Jesse, James, and Meowth. He's not part of them. I know there will be some people who might not be aware of Pokemon who'd be watching this. Some of them, I'm sure most of you would be. I don't know. I know just people my mummy's been telling has been slightly a bit random. So, yeah, well, not random, but just family members who might not know as much, I guess, actually. But, yes, yeah, this is, this is the, one with Celebi, and this is, Professor Oak when he was a child. It doesn't show an image of him as a child. And, yeah, it's basically this villain defeat Team Ash has to defeat the villain, and because he's turning all the Pokemon into evil versions, and that's what he's trying to do with Celebi, and he's a bit mad. And he also goes against Giovanni, who is the boss of Team Rocket, if you didn't know. Okay, let's go to this one. I think is going to be controversial for how high is it, but the first Pokemon movie, I will say that this is a very well beloved film, and fair enough, it's quite intriguing. Again, it's Mew versus Mewtwo. Mewtwo has probably been in the most films, and this film has actually been remade. I think it's also Mewtwo Strike Back. That's the I think the name of it. It doesn't say on the box, but yeah, Mew is one of the most cutest Pokemon. It's just, yeah, I just have to be honest. I know I don't have really any of the or what's the word when you feel strong about your past. I don't have that, so it might be that's why that's probably why I don't feel that way as much as other people do, but I think it's pretty good. Yeah, I think it's a good film, and it still holds up to this day. Yeah. Also, I do have to say, all these films I have struggled with placing. But anyway, the Zora and the Masters of Illusion. I know a lot of people thinking, what? How could this be before Pokemon the first movie? But I just prefer it more. Come on, it's got a lot of legendary Pokemon in it, and there's going to be another film that's going to have a lot of Pokemon in it, but it's just quite cool. It's again got Celebi in it, again, twice now. But yeah, and yeah, Zora is one of the cutest Pokemon, and I just love Zora. Look at him, he looks so cute. Yeah, and basically, this weird man who probably doesn't make any sense of his actual motives. He's just being evil because he wants to be evil and stuff. But what he wants to do, he wants to see in the future, and he has done it once and destroyed all the wildlife in it. And he uses one of Celebi's power whole things. I'm sure it's got a name. It's fun. It's a good film. I like it anyway. So yeah, Celebi's eyes look weird there. I don't know why. But anyway, yeah, I enjoyed it. I know a lot of people might not necessarily agree with it, but this is my opinion. I probably said that fifth time now, but you know. Next is Pokemon the movie, Hooper and the Class of Ages. This is my third favourite movie, apparently. I will say this has been very difficult putting this list, and again. And don't worry if your film was my least favourite, because it's yes. And I do know this is a lot of people's least favourite. However, I just love it because of all the legendary Pokemon. That's shame they didn't use one of the ones with all the legendary Pokemon on it, the box art. But Hooper can teleport legendary Pokemon stuff in it. Has probably it has definitely the most legendary Pokemon in it and stuff, and I just enjoy it. It feels like this battle against legends and stuff, and Hooper's trying to be able to get back through his hoops again. It's a bit of a weird story and a weird idea, and he also likes donuts. Don't blame him, to be fair. But he wants to be able to travel through his hoops, and like he used to, and this was his original form, Hooper Unbound, and then basically he was playing a lot of mischief and he was turning a bit evil, so they stored it in that bottle right there, his power, and that's him now, and he can't control the power, and then it kind of splits. He has like his Unbound form, and he's trying to defeat it and stuff, and he does win, and he can now control it at the end. Spoiler. Oh well. I'm sure you'll get all the idea. Most of the films have a happy ending. Yeah, I enjoyed it. I know a lot of people don't. They find the story rubbish, but I don't think the story is the thing that advertises it for me. It's more of the action. It's very chaotic but fun. I just enjoy watching it. Pokemon the movie I Choose You. This is definitely one that I think most people will understand, and that is the retelling of the old Pokemon episodes. Or I say the old ones. The first series of the Pokemon episodes, and it's just, the art is beautiful, by the way. It just looks so beautiful, and I wish Pokemon went down at this route, because, yeah, with more of their animations and stuff. But, yeah, they have, I also do like this guy's backstory. I don't know his name, I'm sure he has got a, name, but, yeah, I like his backstory. This female, Velocity, doesn't it? I think it begins with V. I could be very wrong. That name is there are rumours that she might be the daughter of Cynthia and stuff, and even though I don't think she has a good backstory, and I think they could have fleshed out definitely her I'm gonna call her V, and his name is Sorrel. I think they could have definitely fleshed V's story out a lot more, but backstory, and especially because they were leaning towards Spawn, but they just didn't seem to have it, and then out of nowhere he has a massive backstory. I don't know why, but there you go. This is definitely a good film, and I saw it in the cinema, and I got a really cool card with it. So, yeah, I really like it. That's all I can say about it. I definitely, for the old-time Pokemon fans, all the new ones who just want to experience what the beginnings of the Pokemon TV show / anime is like, definitely watch this film. The ending is a bit weird. Well, it doesn't make much sense, like, because you're trying to find Ho-Ho, this bird Pokemon, and it's a legendary, and they have Marshadow in there, and basically the idea is that the feather does something. I don't know. I don't get the ending much, but basically, it's definitely a film. Apart from maybe the ending is slightly a bit weird, it's a good film. Definitely watch it. That's all I can say. Let's move on to the final one, and this is Pokemon the movie 2000. Definitely, it's the second Pokemon movie and my personal favourite. It's hard. I did struggle with this one, but it's just quite a cool film. It's not meant to take too seriously. Basically, there's this Pokemon collector. Oh, there he is. I knew it had it in the image somewhere. He's basically wanting to catch all these Pokemon with nets. I say nets, they're like metal things. like those. There you go. And he's trying to catch these 3 legendary Pokemon that to try and summon Lugia, and he basically, I'm sure you realise that he probably does somehow manage it. And yeah, I do think it is quite a good film, and well, it's I consider it as my favourite. I have to be honest, it was difficult. Also, I guess that's why it was released in 2000, so that's probably why they called it Pokemon the Movie 2000. This has gone be going for ages, but yeah. Also, I do have to point out that Zapdos, Moltres, and Articuno have been considering of the collector's doings. They've been making bad weather for the 3 legendary birds. Anyway, so Ash is trying to calm them down with using some sort of orb things. Sure they might show them somewhere. I don't know. Don't think so. But yeah, I feel it's just about my favourite, but I have to be honest, I do like pretty much all the films, so it was very difficult. Anyway, I don't think I need to say too much more, so thank you for watching. If you agree, you can do whatever you want, and if you disagree, I'm sure you're gonna tell me in the comments with your delightful language and all that loveliness. And anyway, and I hope to see you again soon. Goodbye. Even though I won't be seeing you through a camera, but you know what I mean.